Good morning. Absolutely wonderful institute. My compliments to you, Mahesh. Outstanding work, absolutely. Great program, outstanding speakers yesterday and even today. Thoroughly enjoyed, so many lessons to learn from the speeches that we heard yesterday. I was thoroughly impressed. The entertainment was outstanding. Everything was just perfect. And I think we are soon going to witness the essence of this institute, and which is the service projects. And I'm so very happy that service has become the mainstay of this institute. Friends, since the end of my term, this is the first time I'm addressing all of you at an institute. So first of all, I would like to say a big thank you for all that Rotarians in India and this part of the world did during the last year as they served to change lives. Thank you very much. It is because of you and because of especially the Changemaker governors. Could you rise please, the Changemaker governors? More power to you, keep serving. Your innings hasn't ended, keep working. It's because of you and your leadership that membership and people like you around the world that membership grew in Rotary after quite a few years. Very happy that Empowering Girls is a program that was successful and has been carried on. Thank you, Jennifer, for doing that. And thanks to Gordon also for agreeing to carry it on, which is so very heartening to see that we all want to ensure that every girl is empowered. And this last session showed how one individual can make a difference to empower thousands and thousands of people. The journey, of course, was an amazing one. It's very difficult to even explain the sort of what sort of a journey it is. In 46 weeks, Rashi and I traveled to 42 countries. We met thousands and thousands of Rotarians, saw Rotary at its best, how people were serving, changing lives, how in just a few months Empowering Girls had its impact around the world. Every place that we went, the Rotarians showed us one project or the other on Empowering Girls. Sometimes they were stitching sanitary pads and they asked Rashi also to stitch some of them. Sometimes they were doing programs on self-defense, sometimes on skilling girls. The programs were just outstanding, absolutely. It was also our privilege to meet more than 30 heads of states, the prime ministers, presidents, and these were not photo opportunities. To each of them, fortunately, on behalf of Rotary, we could make a commitment to do something in their country, for their country, whether in their country or anywhere else. And I'm very happy to say the promises that we made are already showing results. Just day before yesterday, when I was in Ethiopia, I met the President and the Prime Minister both. To them I had offered that you can send 100 children here and we'll do heart surgeries free of cost for them. But I told them that we will not pay for their travel, and I urged the Rotarians there to speak to Ethiopian Airlines. They did. So now Ethiopian Airlines, the Health Ministry in Ethiopia and Rotary have a partnership where they are going to fly the children to India free of cost. And I'm very happy to say that just 3 days back, first 4 children have landed in Bangalore. And their heart surgeries will be done, and the next week I will be there to see them post their heart surgery. Thank you, Rotarians of Bangalore, Fazal, Rai, every one of you, thank you so much. Similarly, children from Uganda had to come. Again, the President of Uganda, I committed that we will do surgeries for 100 of them. 35 of those heart surgeries for Ugandan children have already been done in Mumbai. Thank you, Rajendra, and thank you, Sandeep, for doing that. The heart surgeries program that we signed an MOU yesterday, friends, was an outstanding one. I know I have been deeply involved. What difference it makes to one family. Imagine a child getting born in our family has a hole in our heart. It will pierce a hole in our hearts. We are people of means. We can still afford the surgeries. I've met thousands of parents. Not one of them earned more than 7,000 rupees a month, which means they would have to wait for 3 years to get the surgery done for the child. But the child may not even live for 3 months. And then Rotary comes and does those surgeries. It was brilliant yesterday that you agreed, Mahesh, that we are going to do another 2025. I was so happy to even tell Sunil Gavaskar that we've already completed in India 25,000 heart surgeries for children. Outstanding work over the last 14 to 15 years, 25,000 heart surgeries. This is all great. But yesterday, it was wonderful to listen to Mr. Mashalkar. And whatever he said, it so resonated with me and the work that we do in India and this part of the world. The great work happens around the world, but today I will focus on 4, 5, 6, 7, the work being done here itself. Mr. Mashalkar reminded us not to leapfrog, but pole vault. Very soon you will see an example of pole vault as we venture out to see something very rarely can you see. I saw it last year at the Rotary Presidential Conference, and I had that day in my speech said, this is one of the best days that in my life in Rotary, what I had witnessed. And you're going to witness something even bigger than that very soon. For me, friends, that is the essence of Rotary. That is pole vaulting. I'm not telling you more. When you see it, you will realize it. As he spoke, I realized that we were actually doing exactly the same. As we serve to change lives, once again, I request each and every one of you to actually pole vault. You've heard me speak so many times, have big dreams. It is because of these big dreams that we can do big projects. And my inspiration for these big dreams totally comes from the polio program. It gives me goosebumps even now to think that 40 years back, a handful of people had the courage, the passion, the gumption to say that we'll eradicate a disease. Unbelievable. Since then, we have spent millions of hours, immunized billions of children, raised billions of dollars, and yet we have not wavered from our focus, and we will reach the end of polio positivity. Inspired by that, we took up challenges in India, something like making India totally literate. Let me tell you, this is no less challenging. I mean, the program that we have for the adult literacy program, which is going to be our vehicle for ensuring total literacy in India, is a program where we will have to make literate 180 million people, 18 crore people. And how are we going to do it? We already have a plan. And fortunately, what you said, collaboration, the literacy program, you are aware, Mahesh being one of the trustees, has already been a matter only of collaboration. The new education policy, friends, if you get to read it, read the Now Bharat Saksharta Karyakram or the New India literacy program. If you read that section, which is education for all and adult literacy, you will see it is identical to what I had spoken 6 years back to the then education minister, Mr. Prakash Javadekar. Exactly the same thing has the government agreed even at that time, and now it has come as the policy document. Their draft policy, in fact, at different places, at least 5 times mentioned the name of Rotary India Literacy Mission. This does not happen every day, but I'm so happy that it happened. And now we are going to see that we will be able to achieve the goal of 10 million adults being made literate every year over the next 5 years, which also happens to be the goal of the government of India. So 5 million by the government and 5 million by Rotary. It's amazing, amazing. The government has the wherewithal, but Rotarians have the passion. Friends, let's go out and do that. Yesterday I was speaking to the governors and they have committed, yes, that they will be able to do this and they want to do it. Friends, some of the programs that happen so quickly that we do not even realize the impact of it. Just in the last 3 months' time, we've given away 13,000 wheelchairs to people who were not able to walk. They were immobile. We had got this gift from Taiwan for 10,000 wheelchairs, and thank you, Kiran Lal Shrestha, will you please rise? I mean, this man got 5,000 for Nepal and 10,000 for India. And when I said 10,000 is not enough, we've already finished them. He said, okay, we'll get you 3,000 more. And now he's committed 20,000 for the next year for India. The value is nearly $3 million for what he's already given this year, and it's going to be more. And he's doing just the same for Nepal. We are now taking it to Bangladesh and also to Pakistan. Great things are happening, friends, and to me, this is from leapfrog to pole vault, where you are thinking in terms of doing things nationally, collaborating with the government, and that is what each of us needs to do at the local level and at the national level. Friends, I had a longer speech, but a very dear friend of mine comes and tells me that it may rain outside and our next program is outside. And as I said, it was one of the best days for me in Rotary. I don't want you to miss that side. So I'll shorten my speech, finish in the next 2 minutes time so that we can all go out and watch that, because there are 2,000 beneficiaries sitting there, and if it rains, it'll not be good for them. So I'll just reduce the speech and we'll come to that. Let me quickly tell what are our immediate other goals. Friends, the TEACH program, e-learning, we had wanted that we do something. I heard the Prime Minister one day talk about reaching out to children during the pandemic. Jennifer, the Prime Minister asked us, we wrote to them, his office responded back, we did an MOU. In 3 months' time, we gave them the entire curriculum from grade 1 to 12 in audiovisual means, where 100 million children were every day watching the program provided by Rotary to the government. And the best part was, 5 months back, the government of India received the UNESCO award because of the content that was given by Rotary to the government of India. There could not have been a better endorsement for our help, our program. Many of you have seen that video that I have shared with so many of you, and Kamal has shared. Kamal, thanks for the leadership that you give to Rotary India Literacy Mission, and Mahesh, you and so many others here. So our program, e-learning, is going places. The entire state of Punjab, every school, 18,000 schools there have put that off time up. I know that. That's not my time. I have asked it to be reduced. Every school in Punjab, 18,000, which means a few million children are today using the content that we have given. In Sikkim, when we found out that 35,000 children are going to be given televisions, we said, please take out 1,500 and put in every school. Now, the factories of LG and Sony are putting the content directly on the televisions when these televisions are going to the schools, so that every student is going to benefit. What we unveiled yesterday, the Byju's program, I would call it as of now the mother of all programs, which yesterday I looked up on Google, which is the highest scholarship that is given in the world. Let me tell you, the highest is Miss America scholarship, which is at $14 million. We yesterday announced something which was $1 billion. It cannot get bigger than that. So that is the impact, and that is what I call from leapfrogging to pole vaulting. Friends, distribution of books and pencils and erasers at schools. It's time to build schools, rebuild schools. It's time to change curriculum itself. It's time to work with the government to make such a great impact that next time when they want to start a policy, the government invites Rotary. Can you give your suggestions? What is to be done? Whether it is water, whether it is literacy, whether it is empowering girls, or whether it is sanitation programs or health programs. There's a lot of work that we need to do. We have been doing. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for showing that tremendous grit that you did last year when you served to change lives. That's because, friends, the biggest gift we are given is the power to touch a life, to change, to make a difference in the circle of life. If we can reach out with our hand, heart, and soul, the magic will begin to happen as the wheel begins to roll. Let us all imagine. Let us all imagine and turn the wheel together so all humanity thrives. For we have the power and the magic to serve, to change lives. Thank you.